I figured I had like an extra hour to kill before I went to sleep. And since it's October, I wanted to watch a horror movie I didn't get to watch earlier this year. I think it actually came out only 2 or 3 months ago. And that is the movie you're seeing right now, House on Eden. And I remember seeing the trailer for this, and my one friend telling me this looks like shit. And I was like, you know what? I think this has potential to be a really fun found footage horror movie. I'm not really fond of found footage horror movies. I think they've been done to death every time. They've been done good. It's on a very rare occasion, and usually the ones that come afterwards from anyone else either copy the good ones or it's usually just a bad copy of the good ones. That's kind of it. And I'm kind of just sick of found footage movies. It really depends on my mood. If there's a good found footage horror movie, I'll be happy. If I'm in a good mood, I might enjoy a Paranormal Activity one or two, but other than that, Wreck is good, and there ain't much else. Found footage is kind of a dying genre, and I hope it kind of goes away. This isn't. I think we're done with found footage for where we should be for a while, and I think House on Eden proved it. This is Chris Collins' directorial and feature debut, uh, House on Eden, and it's just not good at all. There is nothing appealing about this movie. There is absolutely nothing new that this brings to the found footage genre. I think with modern found footage movies, I'm trying to find something new in them, but they all just feel so samey. And this one did just feel like a Blair Witch ripoff. Everything about this just felt like a Blair Witch ripoff. And it was worse in every way that Blair Witch was even slightly positive in. After watching Blair Witch a couple years ago, I'm not too high on it now. I think it loses a lot of its uh anything after you know the premise and why it's made the way it is. So it doesn't really make sense why House on Eden was even made to be a Blair Witch Project movie, because it just doesn't fit society like Blair Witch Project did back in the what, 99? Not sure. Acting in this is horrendous. I can't really say I can be too judgmental about the acting, because this is uh two TikTokers, and I don't know if Jason Christopher Meyer is a TikToker as well, but this is all their debuts, and they're not, they don't have like a history of doing TV shows or movies to my knowledge. Chris Collins is like really just okay, but it's pretty bad. But for a TikToker, I think it's pretty good. Same with Selena Myers. I think in the beginning of the movie, she was getting my hopes up a lot. I think her annoying character is just so much fun, and then she just kind of becomes an annoying loser, like 30 minutes in. So the unfortunate of one character I like just going away immediately was a bit rough. Yeah, because I don't really like Chris Collins' character, and Jay's character as well. I think they're both pretty boring. Ghost wise, horror wise, this movie does nothing to keep you tense or scared in the slightest. I think the first 30 to 40 minutes of this movie, there's nothing even scary that happens. This movie's only 70 minutes, and yet it feels like I just watched a 3 hour movie. I went to go to the bathroom, I think at the 31-minute mark, and I was like, man, I think this movie might be almost done, and nothing has happened. I came back, and it was only 31 minutes, not even halfway through, and I was like, holy shit, this movie is a drag. It's boring. Nothing has fucking happened. And that's another problem with found footage movies. They tend to be this way. They usually drag really, really long in the beginning, and then they get good towards like the middle of the second act and then the third act. But no, this one is just never good until the last 5 minutes of the movie, which I don't even think are that good anyway. You have this random, not random, but you have a cult, and it just doesn't. You don't feel their presence at all throughout any part of the movie. You get a naked lady. Huge fan of horror movies, just putting naked people in every horror movie nowadays. Don't know where that trend started, but Jesus fucking Christ, I am over it. I think it started it, to be honest. Like I remember seeing that when it did it, and I've watched a lot of horror movies, like a lot, and like I don't remember naked people being in every single fucking horror movie I've seen, and now it feels like every three horror movies is a naked person. It's unreal. But yeah, House on Eden, not scary. Shit. Awful pacing. There's just no positives about this movie. I'm giving House on Eden the benefit of a doubt, giving it 2 out of 10. After my BFF's review, I think I've learned what god awful, disgusting shit movies are, and I've watched a lot of those, but I think I need to learn to rank a little better for these movies that aren't completely horrible, especially ones that are directorial and acting debuts for a lot of people. House of Eden should not be a movie you watch. I know it's spooky season. Try to get your 2025 horror movies in while you can. Um, just go watch the good ones. You know what the good ones are. Sinners, Bring Her Back, Weapons, the new VHS, which I just reviewed, was lovely. Um, Dangerous Animals. Surfer is more of a thriller, but even then, that's kind of creepier than this fucking movie. House of Eden's whatever. Shutter got to do whatever they wanted. This is just another movie on their platform, unfortunately. Chris Collins, maybe stick to acting. You can get better at it. She is what the number one TikToker in Canada and top 20 in the world. I think she could grow herself into being a better actress. But as for this movie, nothing much to say.